framework. The framework should be whether America has the right to call for closed borders or any immigration policy. If Aberdeen proves that U.S. does not have the right to call for closed border, we win. First, entire United States project is illegal because built on stolen land. Tuck and Yang Tell. In a set of similar colonial relationship, colonial subjects who are displaced by external colonialism as well as radicalized minorities of internal colonialism still occupy for still indigenous land. Thus, the United States federal government should reduce restriction on immigration by increasing immigration at admission level by opening borders. Competition 1 solvency. International movement of people across border at $10 trillion to global economy, more impact than trade restriction, Ravi Channel 13. Clemens is not an open border advocate, but his research and writing makes it very clear that movement of people across the international borders should be a much higher priority than it is right now. Remove all remaining barriers to trade, barriers capital flow, and still compensate for efficiency created by current global mobility restriction, allowing for movement of all people across the international border will double world GDP. Next, must reject human rights violation. Open border only effective mechanisms to stop human rights violations. Smith 15. Resent to violate human rights to prevent aftermath threats and post bombastic rhetoric. U.S. immigration enforcement separates thousands of parents from their children by force every year. This thing simply must stop. Guilty every day that we tolerate the status quo. Now going on to economy advantage. Trump downsizing immigration restrains economy. Porter 2017. Trump has established reform restrain the U.S. economy and power the world. If broadness is what he pursues, a straight way to buck up the economy, not to say foster global growth, would be allow many more immigrants in. And the economy is strong right now, but Trump is put at risk. These are all causes. These are reason we need to shift in immigration policy in 2018. American terror will hurt consumer sentiment and hurt business supply chain, causing bottleneck disruption. A decline in confidence and supply chain disruption will amplify the trade show, leading outright recession. U.S. economy growth at S3 recently, the outlook have been bright. Current restriction on immigration harms the U.S. economy. We isolate 3 links. The first one is labor mobility. Current borders limit labor mobility. Open border will enhance productivity while adding developing economies through movement. Dawn 2017. According to economist Michael Clemens, opening the world's border will double global GDP. That's because the change of workers to the location to a higher value economy increase their economic productivity and because migrant workers often send money back to their country of origin through remittance. Migrants can have a positive impact on developing country economy too. Second is suppressed wages. Distribution of power, containment of labor, not to cooperation, ensures low wages by environmental protection and poor working conditions. Jones 2017. A problem is that border artificially creates different wages, labor pools, environmental regulation, taxes, and working conditions. Even if current American president wants to enact sweeping regulations, they do not have the same ability. Third is efficient scale allocation. Restriction result in wasted labor potential. Open border will enhance productivity of workers by efficiency allocating skills. Economist 2017. Workers become far more productive when they move from a poor country to a rich one, draining labor markets with ample capital, efficient, firm, and predictable legal system. When Mexican labor migrants in the United States can expect to earn 150% more on skilled Nigerians make 1,000% more. And border control, morally and economy disadvantage. Leads to inequality and makes status quo labor goes to waste. Mohawk 2017. Border serve as a tool to manage national labor market, foreign affairs, agenda, and security concerns to create identity of belongings and non-belongings. Borders control wrong for moral standpoint as well as economic disadvantage. Labor is one of the world's most valuable commodity, yet thanks to strict immigration regulation, most of it goes to waste. These are controls and restrictions enables an equal treatment of human beings otherwise equal. They destroy free markets that facilitate exploitation and unjust accumulation. They permanently reinforce various forms of oppression. And specifically, reduction of immigration restriction harms U.S. manufacturing sector. Open borders will stimulate manufacturing sector and associated sector. Newman 2016. Manufacturing provides a significant source of demand of goods and services in other sectors of the economy. The manufacturer support of total 29.1 million jobs directly and indirectly supported more than 1/5 of U.S. employment in 2013. But an open border policy will make it much easier for American manufacturers to find workers in the American position by help borders would encourage manufacturers to return production to the United States to deter them from moving current production abroad. And manufacturing key to the U.S. and global economy. Single Channel 18. Manufacturing drives innovation and stimulates the sector of the economy and manufacture related jobs are highly diverse and include marketing, demand forecasting, product development, distribution, and services. And economic collapse caused Trump nuclear war bomb 2016. Global catastrophe risks threaten the survival of human civilization. Prospect him ordering a launch of massive U.S. nuclear arsenal by far the most worrisome. Trump's erratic behavior means the probability of nuclear launch order will be unjudicial. High. China, Russia, which will have large arsenals of long-range nuclear weapons, intense relationship with the United States, are primary candidate for nuclear cooperation with Washington. This sort of disruption leads to a war that will drag in the United States with Russia will become aggressive involving policy. Russia might gamble that NATO will fight such invasion will lead to nuclear war. Trump has suggested that he might pull the United States back from our post-World War II international order. This will mean retreat from islands and attempt to promote democracy about embrace of economic protectionism. Such retreat of globalization will have important implications for hazardous risks. Returning to pre-World War II system, fighting the world, of course, a major war. This time with deadly weapon challenge will not wipe out human population as quickly as the nuclear bomb would, but it's wrecking slow motion havoc that will ultimately be just as devastating, will increase global catastrophe risk. Next, independently. Labor shortage now in U.S. formed due to lack of immigration, risks of U.S. food supply, and national security in New America economy 2017. The number of new immigrants coming to the United States to work in agriculture has dropped by 75% in recent years, leading to a labor shortage that have caught U.S. farms an estimated $3.1 billion a year in fruit and vegetable sales. The government should create a pathway for critical agriculture workers legally and live and work in the United States. Now going on to human rights advantage. United States should only have the right to claim rights for a closed border if they work hard and got everything legally. The truth is, America is built on stolen land and thrive under a no way. Therefore, they should not have the right to claim closed border. Which links to why it's their obligation to allow people in fulfill their human rights. Uniqueness. Right now, the borders are not open for everyone. Free mobility are only granted in certain countries or certain jobs and groups of workers. Like immigration is a human right. Human rights immigrants to protect rights to life choice and tenant and other human rights protection over 2016. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights listed internal freedom of movement, religion, expression, association, occupation, choice, the right to protect people against internal application of source restriction, that immigration restriction on where people live, work, and travel, underlying the human rights and internal freedom of movement to choose one person or the other politically. If human rights are fully to protect or freedom to access foreign to block options, then we must have human rights to migrate to other states. Internal link, inequality. Border effective has steaming migration while entrenching global inequality and avatar of resources not 2017. Borders do not prevent people from migrating, they simply make their journeys harder and often force them to hands up smartly. With global inequality at unprecedented levels, modern borders have become a form of global avatar segregating who can and can't access to resources and opportunity. Migration restriction or create balance. The only way to migrate opening space border across preserves stability for the nation states. That's 2016. For migrants, opening up the border will eliminate a major cause of popular racism against them and will help guarantee their right to decide freely where to reside and earn a living, as well as their prerogative to avoid second-class citizenships and slavery-like working conditions. Now going on to my environmental advantage. Despite rhetoric that climate change supersedes borders contribute to environmental damage, John 17. While climate change is a global solution abandoned by states' borders and limited by the concept of private property, borders have a key role to play in this phenomenon. There is a strong geographic pattern to where environmental pollution has historically been produced, where climate change has been significantly impact on human, and combat climate change will negatively affect environment. And furthermore, environmental collapse leads to complete collapse of civilization in 2018. Biodiversity is under serious threat in many regions of the world, and it's time for policymakers to take action at national, regional, and global levels, as well as civilization collapse is near certainty due to the destruction of natural world. Next, ecosystem collapse creates domino effect that has global ramifications. Gap 2018. New research shows that loss of biodiversity puts the entire ecosystem at risk of domino effect. A single extinction will cause countless other human expansion, destruction of natural habitats. Pollution and climate change will have all led to biodiversity levels and are considered below the safe threshold for ecosystems. Therefore,